because we are in new moon energy and it's really nice to just be around water right now. I thought I would make my way to the creek, but look what I found. We've got some more mushrooms here, but wait, just let's see if we can get to it. Try not to disturb these mushrooms. We've got some starting to grow a lot here, and I don't know if you can see that in the background, but that's a whole huge tree. There's some growing on that branch, and then look how much is growing over there. And then there's even more right there. We're gonna get close to all of it. So we've got some right here. There's gonna be so many mushrooms just right here. And I'm so excited. I'm so glad that I took the time to come this way. Because look how much is gonna be on that tree. But look how much is already on this tree. And on this one right here, it looks like there might be some turkey tail, but the underneath looks really, really white. So it could be maybe some lion's mane, maybe some oysters, but it's just so much. I'm gonna get a little bit closer. There's even some growing on this little tiny branch right there. Look at all that. I think within a couple of more really good rains, it's just going to be thriving everywhere. And it would be amazing if I could climb this tree right here. There's also some black growing underneath. You can see a couple of these black spots. But I think there are 2, if not 3 types of mushrooms growing right here on this very active tree. So this tree, there's the limbs that are fallen that are growing the mushrooms, but this tree right here is very much alive. And then look at that one right there. Oh my goodness. And then up there too, it's just growing higher and higher. That whole tree could be covered in mushrooms, and I have never seen anything like that before. A live tree just having so much mushrooms. So I am closer to the creek over here. Oh my goodness, y'all. I keep spotting more. This is so exciting. But I'm closer to the creek, so it makes sense that more mushrooms are coming out here because it's a lot more mossier. It stays a lot more damp and wet out here. But I was not expecting to find a whole tree, like I said, very much alive, just growing mushrooms on it. So I want to get as close as I can to that tree. But here's another branch. And it looks like it would just be moss. But those are all mushrooms. And they almost look like they've kind of congealed together, but they're going to be popping up and growing more. There's a branch right there that has some bigger ones, and there's one way back there that has some small ones. I haven't been to this side of the forest yet, but I felt called to come by the creek. There's a spider web right there. You might see the little spider right there. So we're gonna be careful about the... And then these are a totally different mushroom. So I just found these. I don't know if those are mushrooms too, but I don't know if you can see that, but that's pink. That's a pink thing. But these are different mushrooms. I'm not entirely sure what those are. And then again, there's some black stuff. So I don't know if that is another type of mushroom or what. But I would like to see how close I can get to this tree. There's... My bad. Oh, there's a lot more mosquitoes out here, so I am trying to be careful not to be out here too long. But just look how big this tree is. Look how big it is. And all that right there, all of that, more mushrooms, different mushrooms. This is such a cool, magical find. I'm really glad I listened to my intuition to come out here, even though the mosquitoes are eating me up. But just about every branch I'm coming across over here has some mushrooms. And it seems that there are different mushrooms growing on this side of the forest than on the other side. And again, there's more water over here because of the creek. So it's a lot more damp. There's a lot more holes over here too. So I want to be careful if there's any kind of critters living nearby. Also more spiders. Not going to venture too far because this is just a completely different path than I'm used to. Don't even know if I'll get to the water today because I'm just enjoying finding all these mushrooms now. Just found some barbed wire. Not sure what that's for. And usually if I keep moving, the mosquitoes don't really land on me too much. But there's even some really furry vines growing over there. Let's see. Right there. If you look right here, you can see some teeny tiny little spores starting to pop up. But yeah, look at that. It's all furry right here. And that just climbs all the way up the tree. That is so cool. I apologize if my quality isn't that good. But yeah, I'm gonna need to come a little bit earlier when it's not too hot and take a look at these trees and just kind of explore some more. I can't believe how many mushrooms are more on this side of... It's the same forest. I'm in the same forest. It's just two different paths. One goes towards the creek. The other one goes onto a paved four-wheeler path. But the mushrooms aren't growing on the path. They're more inside the forest still. But just the sheer amount that are here is crazy. It's amazing. It's beautiful. We've got some small mosquitoes and some big mosquitoes. Let's see if we can maybe find some more mushrooms right here. So I don't know a lot of different mushrooms, but I am curious to see. Oh, I want to get to that tree. That tree definitely has some growing. Curious to see if those black blobs are mushrooms as well. So let's see. Still very, very, very wet in some areas, and just doing my best not to sink anywhere. Oh yes, these are even different mushrooms. Oh my goodness. I think I have just found four different types, 4 different species of mushrooms. Let's see. Look at that. How awesome. Okay, these are eating me up. So we are gonna go back to the main trail. Next time I'll wear a jacket. I know I should be wearing a jacket since I'm over by the creek and the mosquitoes are a lot more prevalent out here, but I didn't think I would be on this adventure finding so many mushrooms so quickly. Let's see if we can access it from a different route real quick. So this is the main path to get to the creek. This is where I usually go down. So this is just on the other side of where I was. There's that tree again. And I found mushrooms before going this way, but I've never ventured out to this side. And I can't believe how big that tree is. It's like the biggest tree in this whole forest. And there's just so many mushrooms growing on it. You've got some babies growing on this one. Not sure what those are yet. But this log was the first log I saw that was growing mushrooms when I first came out here. You can see one flipped over right there. A big chunky white one. A couple more right here. Those don't look too good. And then this is the little creek area. I'm not going to go down because again, these mosquitoes are eating me alive right now. But wow, that was so exciting to find 4 or 5 different mushrooms and maybe a 10-foot radius of each other. That's so cool. Again, I'm gonna have to come out here when it's not so hot and with a jacket on or long sleeves because ouchie ouchie, I am getting bit. Well, that was a bit of a short walk. For this side, I'm gonna go back to my main trail that I go down that has a lot more mosquitoes on it, and enjoy a very nice walk. And when I get back to my place, to my cabin, I'm going to do a little bit of research, and maybe I will tag the mushrooms that I saw that I wasn't aware of or what they were in this video when I post it. As you can see, I've got a little bit of shine on me. This humidity kicks my butt, but it's nice. As always, I've got my walking stick for the spider webs. And we're on the main path to the forest part. So it's not that far. This is the main forest area. And then straight back that way is the creek area. So it's just a couple feet away from each other. My goodness, are there a lot more mushrooms growing that way? That's so awesome. A lot more cooler over here too because of the water. On that side, it feels a lot more humid over there. So I'm glad that I'm over here now, walking in the spider webs again. But that was a really fun adventure. I'm glad I could see that. I'm glad I was able to share that with you guys. You guys are more than welcome to write in the comments if you know what the mushrooms were that I was finding, but I am going to do my research and I'm gonna tag them in this video. You'll see them. It's always nice, it's always beautiful to listen to your intuition and to allow yourself to go off the beaten path, because you never know what you're gonna find. You never know what's out there that wants to be witnessed and to be explored. So I'm gonna make this a short walk, or more of a little bit of a speedy walk, because I'm getting eaten alive. That was so much fun. I explored this part of the forest a lot yesterday and was able to find new paths, especially paths that were already kind of created by the animals out here. If you know where to look, you can see paths that the animals have been walking for years, if not decades, if not centuries. And they interconnect with the path that I'm on now. So it was really nice to be able to just kind of wander, but also not get lost. It's not a very big forest, so I couldn't get too lost, but I definitely found there's the creek back that way, but there's a pond that I found yesterday. So it was really fun to just kind of allow my inner child to wander, go where it wanted to go, and see what we found. You'll see me swinging my walking stick all the time, just for the spider webs. And I don't completely take down the spider webs, I just detach them from the middle of the path so that I'm not walking into a great big spider, because the spiders out here are very big. And I'm not very knowledgeable about the different types of spiders, so I want to make sure that I'm not walking into a spider that could be harmful to myself. Oh, that breeze feels good. Oop, there we go. Just took down a spider web, and it just moved the spider web to the side of the path so that I don't walk into it directly. But I am gonna need a couple of ice cubes because I can feel some bug bites coming on. I'll need to stock up on some essential oils that are really good to just kind of have on when you're in the forest, as it really deters the mosquitoes and other bugs from getting on you. How beautiful the natural music of the forest. And we're out. Wow. It's beautiful when we don't have expectations for things. We just allow spirit to guide us. And I had set my intention to walk in the forest, and then my intuition told me to go by the creek. And then as I was walking to the creek, going on my usual path, my intuition redirected me and said, take this way. And if I wouldn't have listened, I would have walked right past all of those beautiful mushrooms. It's important to take in all of the wisdom that is around us. Sometimes it isn't always directly in front of us, directly in front of our path. So it's important to look around, being open-minded, having open eyes and an open heart. Well, I'm gonna wrap this video up as I'm walking back to the cabin now so I can do some research on those mushrooms that I found. Again, so beautiful, so amazing. And I look forward to chatting with you, to connecting with you in the next video. Namaste.